the first Friday live. Where has the month gone? I really have no idea. I think that it's now May, but April went by so fast. I think my parents were here at the end of March, and I keep looking back and thinking about how many things happened between when they were here and now, and it is a bit of a blur. So I'm just gonna kind of hang out for a few minutes as some folks can join. I don't really have a lot to talk about today. Just gonna kind of update you what's happening around here. I definitely would like to give a shout out to some of my original content followers who were used to like some really nice, polished, longer form videos. And you guys have been very patient with me. You get short lives. And if you follow on Facebook, then you're getting more reels. If you follow on TikTok or Instagram, also Butch Homemaker, then you're seeing reels. You're seeing a lot more real estate content. And you may have seen a post that I posted today that I was the top producer in my office in April. So that's where the time went, just to be clear. It was a busy month. It was fantastic. I was really blessed to have a lot of great folks to serve and to help. And here we are, ready to do it again, or at least stay busy. That's for sure. So things are going well. And Emily poured a little champagne. We did a toast to the top producer status. So that was awesome. So salute or cheers to everyone who's out there. Oh, look at that. First live you've ever caught. Well, thank you very much for checking in here. And I'm glad you could make it. I brought it to 8 p.m. Eastern time this month. And I think I kind of like moving it a little because I know this is too late for most people in Europe because they're like it's the middle of the night now. So they're off to Dreamland. But if I keep it early, then a lot of people from the rest of the United States and Canada their time zone doesn't allow them to get out of work or get home or be settled. So happy to see a couple people here on the first live. Thanks so much for joining us. Let's see. I had a great morning. I went out to brunch with a couple of newer friends out at the beach, and this great place. I'm gonna have to tell you about this place. The place I went for breakfast this morning. Yeah. And I don't want to get the name wrong, but it was great. It was called. Hold, please. I want to say Tallulah's because
it is called Tallulah's because I saw it on the calendar.
It's called Tallulah's.
Yeah.
Okay, because Tallulah is one of Ruby's like really good friends' names, so I was just thinking that I assigned it wrong in my head, you know. So yeah, Tallulah. It's Tallulah's. No, it's actually in Jax Beach.
Oh, that's nice.
So and it's funny because in Florida, like in Oregon, anything that's in a strip mall is a lot of times you're like, probably not gonna be that good. But the funny thing.
Hi, I see it. Thanks for welcoming me.
Yeah, you're here.
Yeah.
Hi, dear. Cheers.
But yeah, so strip malls in Oregon are generally a signal that it's usually missable. Every now and then there's like a gem.
Oh, there are gems. That's true.
Yeah.
But in Florida, that's just where commercial real estate is. Mm-hmm. So
it's like standard practice for strip mall places to be really good here.
Yeah. So this Tallulah's, I walked in there, and the first thing that you notice is they have merch. Like the merch that they have, it's not like branded to the cafe, but it's just like they have the most lovely selection of coffee mugs there.
Oh, nice.
They're like there's a lot of pride related mugs. There's a lot of just like joy and happiness and
kind of sounds a little bit like Snow City Cafe in Anchorage, where they have like really good merch, and it's not just their labels; it's like kind of local flavor stuff.
Right, and I have not actually been there, so you can take me there this summer.
I thought I had taken you there. I don't know that it's possible that I've not taken you there, but I will take.
Where is it? Snow City Cafe.
It's downtown near the courthouse.
I don't think we've been there.
Okay, well, I will take
We've
you.
been to. That's not where Ruby's painting a picture. That's not that. That's the coffee house.
That's the coffee shop. Yeah.
So I've been to the coffee shop.
That's
but
Side
not.
Street Espresso
Yeah,
in Anchorage,
Strides.
Alaska. If anyone's wondering, it's my favorite coffee shop on the planet. Basically. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so back to this Tallulah's.
Okay, back to Florida.
They also have like dog toys right at the front, like right under the register. It was a little crazy. Oh, whoa! We gotta celebrate with Trina. As of April 7th, cancer-free, diagnosed last year in December with stage 4 cancer, and you beat it.
Whoa.
Wow!
Good job.
I'm just
Trina.
getting chills. I'm so happy for
We're
you.
gonna cheers to you.
Cheers to you,
Congrats to Trina.
That's awesome. Anyone else have anything they want to celebrate?
Yeah, well,
we're cheers to you. That's for sure. But wow, Trina, that's so awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, amazing.
I needed that kind of news in a week that's been a little bit challenging. So anyway, Tallulah's, they have drag shows on Saturdays from 2 to 3 in the afternoon. So and they have these breakfast. They're into these breakfast charcuterie boards, but they come out and there's like chicken and waffles and what do they call those? Monte Cristo sandwiches.
Oh my gosh!
And I didn't even get to that side of the menu. I mean, I give you $5 if you guess what I had for breakfast.
Bacon. Some sort of a hash, something with potatoes.
It was bacon, and a little bit of bacon. No, shrimp and grits, because we're in Florida.
Of course.
I love my shrimp and grits.
Well, last time I asked you if you wanted them, you're like, I think I'll pass this time.
I know. I thought, well, that's maybe.
I thought you were over it. I thought you had like.
Oh, I wasn't over it.
I thought you had exhausted that special interest.
I just think that the place we were at last time was like a little too healthy for shrimp and grits, and I was suspicious about their like ability to make them appropriately, soulfully.
Yeah, I hear that.
Good. Everyone else is jumping in on that. Congratulations. That's great. Oh, Asa, did he tell us that he wants to teach Abby to request wrestling? That's awesome.
No, we didn't know that.
That's fun. Actually, all of us have had really busy lives. I got to see them today briefly, but we've all been crazy. It's been pretty crazy. So
yeah, we've been trying to just make plans to like have a normal like catch up, hang out by the pool or pop over, and it's been impossible to catch each other. So
yeah.
Soon though.
I am going to try to start making more longer form content that's just like maybe a little bit minimally edited, like kind of like the Easter one. I like basically the content that I shot. I trimmed a little, and I put a couple little transitions, and then I put it out there because it takes a long time to edit videos, as it turns out. And when you have another full-time job, it's just a little harder. So props to all the YouTubers out there who also have full-time jobs, which are most of them, really. Good for you. But right now I'm really having a lot of fun with the short form content. So it's just a little plug for it. If you don't follow me on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, if you're a YouTuber, if you have any of those three, you'll see more of my short form content, which I've been having a lot of fun with. It's very real estate related, but it's also usually pretty humorous, and some wildlife comes in there, and I actually like it's awesome. So I was like going to a listing appointment with my broker the other day, and there's a turtle. I thought it was a turtle. We thought it was a turtle, like crossing the road. And it was kind of like right near this boat ramp. It was kind of a big parking lot. And we stopped because she's an animal lover. I'm an animal lover. And we don't want this turtle to get hit. Mm-hmm. So she picks the turtle up on the sides and, is going to go and carry it. But then it's like, oh, well, there's water over there. Maybe I should take the turtle to the water. Mm-hmm. And as she's taking the turtle to the water, there's a guy in a pickup truck who knows what he was doing. He's sitting, loitering in the boat ramp parking lot.
I'm sure he had business there.
I mean, I'm sure he probably was taking a lunch break or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, a turtle, a swimming turtle, or a land turtle? And we're like, I don't know. So Lori, my broker, brought the turtle over, and he's like, that's a gopher tortoise. But so he's like, that's a land turtle. So we found a hole in the fence so they could actually get out of this parking lot. And she put it in the hole, and then it went slowly off into the hole. But then I found out by posting this online, someone's like, gopher tortoises are protected species, which for sure, gopher tortoises are protected species. But moving one out of the road is a sanctioned activity under the Florida law. But if you're building a house or renovating or doing some sort of construction and digging up, you're not allowed to disturb a gopher tortoise burrow.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because they are endangered species.
Yeah. Well, good thing that you kept it from getting squished.
Yeah. Let's see.
Happy Friday from California. Happy Mother's Day and Dapo Day.
Thank you.
Someone says that they admire how well we've adjusted to our new community, and I think that's really nice.
Yeah, we'll get to that too in just a minute, right? But also, thank you for the Dapo Day. So Dapo Day, I get my own day. I actually like it that way personally. So we celebrate Mama.
Imagine that.
We celebrate Mama on Mother's Day, and then I get my own celebration weekend. Not necessarily on Father's Day. Could be a little before. Could be a little after. Sometime in that realm.
Well, we use Father's Day as the reminder.
Sort of like it's coming up. What day is going to be Dapo Day this year? So it's not fixed, which is perfect for me. I'm like kind of more variable.
Yeah, and I'm not really that big on Mother's Day. I love it when the kids make me cards and art and stuff like that. But I don't really need to be like. I don't really need to be taken to brunch with everyone else and their mom. Literally everyone else and their mom. Yeah. It's kind of the opposite of relaxing because it's such a busy day. Mm-hmm. So I would rather just have it be kind of a quieter day. But I'm always really excited when the kids make us art, whether it's Mother's Day or just a regular day.
Thank you. Yeah, it's true. But I guess happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And then also, like, I think it's always, we were talking about this morning, like, we see you to all those mothers who have complicated, or all those folks out there who have complicated relationships with motherhood, whether it's their mothers or their children, or
they wanted to be a mother,
or any range of things that Mother's Day, the Hallmark holiday, can bring up for a lot of folks who maybe wished they could have been mothers, or so we see you.
It's hard when the whole world is celebrating a holiday that you feel like you don't fit, and sometimes I feel like I don't fit, and I do have kids, because it's just not, I don't think I fit the quintessential archetype for mom,
right?
I don't know why. I don't really have a good reason for that.
I think
so. But I definitely am a couple of people's moms, and I appreciate that people take the time to say Happy Mother's Day. I do think that's very nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we see you. We see that it can be hard. It looks like somebody knows someone personally who couldn't build their house
Carrie's
because of
grandmother.
a gopher. That's so funny.
And the biologist took months to come and remove.
Oh my goodness! There's you guys are like knocking out of the park with the comments tonight. It's so fun.
That's awesome. Hello, everyone. Pacerville. That's awesome. You like it when you stay home and cook and spend the day with her? That's great. Now, Emily, let's be clear. I've told Emily that she can have us all stay home and chill with her. She can tell us to leave so she can just have some quiet time to herself, to garden or to watch movies or do anything she wants. And then also that she, could go and do whatever she wants to do, and I will hang with the kids. So it's kind of like mama's choice. You can do whatever you want.
Well, it's supposed to be hot tomorrow, so I think if I'm mobile in a forward direction in time, which I'm not a morning person, before it gets too hot, I have gardening plans.
You have gardening plans.
I do, and you and the kids are allowed to help as long as you don't say no to me.
I have gardening plans too, I think. Don't I?
You do. I think so. If you want to hang out with me and help me, you can. But my point is, I have a concept in mind, and I will be very fulfilled if I can do that concept the way I envision it. And I am not taking
No.
third party
But,
commentary on this anymore.
I mean, I feel like this of all weekends would be the weekend to deliver on my promise to assemble the raised garden beds.
I would love that. That would be
So that
cool.
would be like that. That's kind of what I was
Yeah,
talking about.
I
I don't
love
really
it.
want to do the rest of that stuff. That's more your zone.
I'm happy to do it myself. I one of my favorite things is to dig a hole and put a plant in it and then water it and give it some fertilizer. Like it,
and then
that
just
whole
do
process,
a little like
that whole process makes me very happy.
Just hope this one takes.
Yeah, I mean every time I'm like, well, it's very satisfying in this moment. We'll just see if it takes.
It is a little bit of like.
I've got my odds out back are looking pretty good. There's
Yeah.
a few things that might not take, but by and large, they're doing pretty well.
I mean, I think here, better than anywhere, you've actually remembered to water the plants, which is that was in Portland. Like, I mean, for a lot of good reasons, but like we'd plant.
I was never home in Portland.
We'd plant something. We'd plant something. This happened. Like, let's just be honest. We met in 2015. So it happened in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. So 5 years. We'd get like the spring planting fever, right? And I'd be home usually sometime in that range of spring planting. And then since I was like off the ship, I could water the plants and, and then I would leave for 2 months in the summer. And then summer with kids, when you're working a full-time job, is like even more juggling of balls in the air, like
Yeah, well, so all the years you listed where I failed, I would plant and then fail to do any kind of maintenance or follow-up. So the first 3 years, I worked an hour from home, and I was literally never home. It was not ever going to happen that I was going to water or fertilize or even weed. None of it was going to happen.
No.
And then we moved, and we didn't have as big of a yard. We just had like a little front area, and we just did some potted plants. But then you built a raised bed in the front around pandemic time, and that did really well.
Yes.
Because you remembered to water it.
I was there babysitting it.
You did a great job.
And then it was like actually a highlight of the people who bought the house from us were like, we love this garden and we love this purple.
It was a purple cauliflower. And I think that sold the house.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
definitely the reason we got such a solid offer was that purple cauliflower.
It was so beautiful the weekend that the house was open. Like, people were like, oh my gosh.
The tomatoes were starting to pop.
It was that house really it really shined.
It really helped.
Someone named Taylor said that they met you at an open house.
Yes, I know. Hi, Taylor. Taylor has been good at staying in touch. He's a mortgage broker, loan officer. So we actually are still due for a coffee date, Taylor. So if you're watching, I'd love to have coffee with you soon.
Also, I forgot who asked, but someone said, are you getting a pool in your backyard? We are not getting a pool in our backyard.
We have a pool in our backyard.
We don't. That's not an accurate answer. So we have a swim spot, which is very luxurious, but it is not a pool. And we can have a swim spot or we can have nothing. We just, the way our backyard is set up, there's no way to put in a pool.
Yeah.
And it is okay. Because the truth is, like, we've used the swim spot most days until recently, and now it's getting a little hot, but we're also getting close to summer break. We're going to be traveling a lot.
Yeah. Also, so just back to the watering thing for a minute, so I'm not without blame in this watering fiasco because at, 5 years, at somewhere around year 3, maybe I think it was actually after year 4, I was like, okay, this is crazy. Emily likes to garden. We kill everything every year. And there's strategies, there's technology that can improve this. So in between year 4 and 5, I purchased a drip irrigation system with a timer and all the little stakes and the little tubes and all that stuff. And never installed it. So I have to say year 5, that was on me.
Well, I mean, we also moved around that time. So.
Well, I think, I was counting year 6 is when we moved. Oh, hello from Fort Myers. My grandmother lived in Fort Myers. We used to come and visit her when I was a kid all the time. That was pretty great.
I still haven't been.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so tired. It has been a week. Like by Tuesday, I was like, "Is it Friday yet?" So we had kind of a big week. I'm just trying to read the.
There's a lot of dog moms and pet moms out there, which I definitely count.
And someone said they're a teacher like that. Like, I mean, come on. Like you're a teacher
has like a new set of kids every year.
You spend 8+ hours a day surrounded by children, and you're expected to educate them and keep them alive. We did have Teacher Appreciation Week this week, which was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. We sent in some goodies for the kids' teachers.
But yeah, I definitely believe in that it takes a village aspect of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so we've been super busy with work, and then we had some big things happen locally and nationally that have taken an emotional toll. We don't have to like dig into that too much here because we're trying to unwind for the week. But anyone who's following the news and having some big feelings about that, we are right there with you, and we're committed to taking action locally to support the groups that need support, and voting and putting in yard signs and trying to motivate folks so that everyone's civil liberties stay intact. So it's things are crazy right now, but it's the weekend, and we're really trying to focus on how lucky we are with our family and our mental health and things like that. So
yeah.
And
so last weekend, let's keep. I would like to stay on the positive as well. We are unwinding. Last weekend, Ruby had their first roller derby bout. And now I'll just put that on the stack of like long form videos I could make sometime in the future if I ever have time to sit down and edit it. Like the real challenge is that I only really learned how to use the editing software on my phone. So like it's really hard to edit a full length video right there. So
anyway, no, we're not going to tell them all our excuses though.
I have lots of excuses. I'd be glad. I mean, isn't that the part of unwinding is like just kind of letting it all hang out?
So the bout was really fun, and it was a really awesome experience for Ruby and for all of us, really. So hopefully we'll at least get a couple minute long video out of that one.
Oh, definitely.
So folks can celebrate that and see this really cool organization here locally that is giving the roller derby kids a space to,
And it's so cute because Ruby is like this thin, like just a toothpick, and so like trying to skate around everyone or trying to block, and they're like trying to be like big and strong, but they're just so little. It's awesome.
Yeah, it was really fun.
So, Irene, the dog doesn't swim yet. We haven't really done water with her that much. We
need to teach her though, because that's a big part of her safety, and we hope she enjoys it too.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was pretty fun. And then what else did we do this month? Oh, you and I went to Disney. That was this month, wasn't it? In April?
We did a little getaway for 2 nights.
They're digging up the street for the sewer. So
this was like 3 weeks ago.
It was weeks ago.
So we got like a notice on our door basically saying in 24 hours you won't have access to water. And we're like, well, that's not enough time. So we decided to take a few days and go to Orlando and just chill out. It was fun. It was a really fun time. And it was just us. So we could just be and where we go to Disney so often, we didn't feel like we had to be frantic about it. So there's a question about the kids and are they adopted? They are, but they also aren't. So the kids are from my first marriage. And so I adopted them as second parent for their legal security. My first marriage, I got married before there was marriage equality. And we got married in Canada. And then every time we moved, we had to apply either with the state or with our employers to recognize our relationship. And that required a lot of paperwork and a lot of time. And then there was one point in my life where I was being charged a bunch of extra federal income taxes in order to provide health insurance to my spouse, which is not typically what happens. Usually it's all pre-tax, but I was taxed on the value of the premium, which equated to being like $400 a month. It was outrageous. So we were dealing with a lot of that. And then when by the time marriage equality came around, our marriage was ending. And so anyway, in that interim period, even though I always had good employers and, part of that time I lived in New York, which was a blue state, and then when the kids were born, I was on their birth certificate, but I consulted with counsel and determined that the safest thing for the kids was to also adopt them because it provided me with security for them when I traveled with them alone. And also if I were to pass away, then they wouldn't potentially miss out on inheritance from me or have to pay extra taxes and things like that. So
Right.
For any same-sex couples out there who are raising children together, like even if you're married, even if you're on the birth certificate, I recommend a second parent adoption. I think it's safest for everyone involved, and especially where things are kind of uncertain right now going forward. So, yes and no.
Yep. That's right.
Yep.
And then I came along, and I'm the bonus parent.
Yep.
They call me Dapo because that's what the name Ruby gave me.
Yeah. So Ruby was not quite 3 when they met you.
Yeah.
And just started calling you Dapo for reasons that no one knows.
We don't know where they came from. Nope.
But it stuck. There was no wavering on that. We were like, okay, so this is
that's happening. Your name. That's my name. That's my parent name. Also, we did make a video a while back, like sometime in the spring, called Love Makes a Family. And it's really cute because the kids actually are kind of telling the story of our family. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah, it's really cute. And
I haven't gone back and watched it for a while.
They're so articulate, and I love it because we have a kind of a policy of being really honest with them. Like we don't make up silly stories to explain things that are happening around us, but we also we tell them things that are appropriate, of course, but we're very straightforward about it. And so they've been aware, like they were part of our wedding, like, they've been part of this journey in their own right the whole way. So, it's cute. So yeah, that's a cute video.
Yeah. Actually, someone was asking about our wedding recently, and I was like, well, our anniversary is coming up in July, so maybe we can do a special wedding chat sometime.
Yeah.
Bring out some cute pictures.
We have some video footage too. So
that'd be fun.
Together. Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah, my uncle and my cousin made our wedding video. It's very cute.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Let's see.
What kind of music do we like to listen to? Oh, that is a fabulous question. So, and also, my favorite music. I'm like a fangirl of Brandi Carlile. So like everything that Brandi Carlile has ever played, I love. And I have gone to a ton of her concerts. And we're going back for the second year of Girls Just Want a Weekend. So I'm very excited about that.
So that's going to be early January next year, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They moved it up by almost a month. It's going to be really exciting.
Yeah.
So yeah, so for me, I guess I like similar music. That's kind of like Americana. I do like that kind of music. I also like, we both like some country, and then I like more pop music nowadays, which is
I like some pop music
more than ever in my life. Now I really like pop music.
I don't like any. I mean, like I definitely do like some more. I don't know. I sound really old to say contemporary music or modern music. Don't I? I am like an old person.
Well, pop is like top 40, like the stuff that's trending.
Right.
And I think for a long time I kind of stubbed my nose at it because I was like, oh, this is so typical. There's no soul to it. Yeah. But I think that's kind of the point too, is it just feels good. It just sounds good. And
I like a lot of that music is like workout music, but I only really like it if I'm somewhat familiar with it. So that's kind of hard too, because like you have to listen to it a few times to be familiar with it. Now, Ruby in the car the other day requested Justin Bieber, and I was like,
oh, really? Oh, that must be, that's
a Tallulah rub off. Yeah. But have we heard of Melissa Etheridge? Yes, yeah, definitely heard of Melissa Etheridge.
Yeah.
And someone who's talking about raising their kid in the 80s, like I'm actually like I love 80s.
80s music is pretty solid.
Mean, I like 80s music a lot. Yeah. And then, we do still, like, we have kind of soft spot for like that, like 90s, 2000, like top
Run
40
dry.
musics that we
Yeah.
listened to when we were in like high school and college.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, you remember this song? Like, we have like some sort of like, montage of memories to certain songs. 'Cause
Yeah.
songs are so cool with the way that they bring you back. Like, I remember when I was driving, I was trying to beat my 0 to 60 time in my Volvo Turbo, and that song came on. Don't
So,
tell my parents.
Last year around this time, Priscilla had her 40th birthday party.
Mhm.
And I remember Asa said, well, the DJ asked what year did she graduate high school? And so he played songs from all of her high schools, and she's just a couple years older than us. So that was epic. I mean,
Yeah, super nice.
Everyone
It was really
at
fun.
that party was extremely pleased with the playlist. It was really fun. So yeah, that was fun. Well, talking about Ruby again, I think it was probably closer to like Christmas time. It was like more middle of the school year. I was in the car with Ruby, and I think we were listening to Taylor Swift or something like that, which Ruby likes Taylor Swift too.
Mhm.
And they said, Mama, do you remember the music you used to listen to in Portland? Because in Portland, we went through a phase where we only really listened to Brandy or Indigo Girls or Amy Ray's band when we were in the car. It was just like the thing that came on when we got
Or
in
like
the car.
Blind Pilot. Or,
it was like, it was
some of those folks, yeah.
all like straight Americana, like no deviation. It was like the same 4 or 5 albums would come up on our playlist. And Ruby's like, do you remember the music we listened to in the car in Portland? I'm like, yeah. And then they said, I am liking this so much better. I don't know how to say this, but like, that was boring.
Also, the thing is, like,
which I don't agree, but I also appreciate their honesty.
Yeah, and they also, like, for a while I started trying to listen to some more. Someone says that their 17-year-old, like, they knew all the different 80s songs. That's awesome. And for a long time I would actually play 80s music in the truck when I was taking the kids to like preschool and stuff. And it was right about, well, I guess it was kindergarten for Ruby. And so Ruby was like learning how to read. So they were like, "Oh, is that?" And they could like read the song off of, like like they like knew the song.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
That's cute. That's really cute.
It was really fun.
Yeah, let's see.
But
question of the day: if you had a theme song, what would it be? Oh my gosh, that's hard. That's too hard.
I mean, it definitely be from the 80s.
Just for today, let's just focus on today. I Will Survive was from today. I had a bit of a day. Like, I was just busy all day long with no breaks. I didn't even get to take a walk today, which I really try to do, and so I am just exhausted.
Oh, mine would be 8675309 because I like to bring that. And I'm not even 100% sure that's the name of the song, just to be clear. But like every time I bring up that reference, like now people who are younger than me, a lot of them don't understand that. But I was talking to someone at my office today, and we were talking about like the open house, like a sign-in sheet. And sometimes people leave blanks. And I said, well, anytime someone leaves a blank on their phone number, I write 8675309. And so I know that it's not really their phone number, but like then it looks like there's no blanks. So then people are more likely to fill it in. Yeah. So that's my song for today. Plus, I've been really pushing my phone number lately, just, trying to drive my real estate business. Yeah. Someone asked, it seems like Emily's dad is so accepting of everyone. Has he always been that way? I'm not really sure, like, if you're speaking about anything in particular with him. My dad is a very, like, joyful person. He's always, I won't say always, because there were times in my childhood where I don't really have clear memories, but he's happy, and he loves the people around him, and he wants to enjoy them. And there have been parts of watching his kids grow up that I think were maybe hard for him because he was worried about us or didn't understand our choices or, what was motivating us. But, I feel like he's definitely trended in the positive towards wanting to be supportive and wanting me to have my dreams come true and things like that. I know he's very proud of me, and he adores Crystal and he adores the kids. So, I mean, he's definitely an opinionated person. He is a product of his generation, but he's also a very loving person. So that he leads with love. And I also like try to have empathy for him when he sounds like a boomer, because it's like, we all are coming at new information and new
experiences based on what we've known in our lives. And the world is very different today than it was when he was in his 20s. Another thing I really love about my dad is that if he shares a view that I feel is like outdated or doesn't mesh with my worldview, most of the time I feel comfortable saying, have you considered X? And he will usually listen to my question or what I have to share with him. And it doesn't necessarily mean I'm changing his mind all the time, but the fact that he's willing to listen, I think, if more people were just willing to listen to someone else's view and consider it, we would have a lot less polarization.
Yeah. Oh, so someone commented that their theme song, I think, is Working 9 to 5, which is great. That's a great one.
Yeah.
That is a great theme song.
Except I'm more like working 11 to 7 because I have time zone
She works
issues.
like crazy different weird hours.
Yeah.
And then Ryder is just, she's so sleepy. She's just sleepy. Are you, baby girl? Don't worry, she's okay. She just went to dog camp all day at Bark on Park. So she just played so hard. I picked her up, and the lady who brought her out was like, she played hard. She's going to be sleeping good tonight.
Good. She needed it. She's been a little cagey.
Yeah.
Last couple days.
Anyway, okay, so what do you think? I think we need to go eat.
We haven't had dinner yet.
We didn't really eat before we put the kids to bed, and then we were like, I forgot at 8 o'clock was going to be the thing. So
yeah,
I think we're going to say goodnight. I hope that you all have a great month. I'll see you again next First Friday.
Or whenever you just feel like going live, which happens.
It does happen sometimes, for sure.
Yeah.
And
Crystal's keeping you on your toes. Gotta watch out for those alerts, because
apparently the algorithm doesn't really like that, but I refuse to,
You'll not submit.
I don't submit to the algorithm. I just go for, what's authentic and what comes up, and,
Yeah.
But I love seeing y'all, and I'm so happy, especially to celebrate with our friend who is cancer-free for one year. Is that 1 year, or now?
She just found out.
Right. So it's been struggling for almost a year, and is now cancer-free. So happy for you. And
happy Mother's Day, no matter what whatever that means to you. And I hope everyone spends some time this week with people that they love and take some time for themselves.
That's right.
Yep.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.